Well, a long way back, I decided I'm going to get off the track at Urbana, and I'm going to drive all the way back to the Meadows, 3 hours. So I have 2 hours and 22 minutes left to go, and it's 11 o'clock at night. It's not a big deal. I can stop halfway. I can do a lot of things, but at the end of the day, I just want to crash for the night, get up, at some point tomorrow morning and collect my thoughts and try and figure out what I have to do for the next few days. I have a decision to make whether I'm going to do Saturday night after the Meadows. Am I going to go back to Ontario for a couple more days with my family? Don't do a lot of racing. They don't race in Ohio anywhere on Sunday. And Saturday, I'm done after race 6 at the Meadows, which means I can be home by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Sunday, I don't race. Monday, I don't know. Now I know that Woodbine's working on protocols for people that come back to Canada with exemptions or that come in from the States. As the border starts to loosen up, you're going to see this, right? You're going to see people come into Canada, people come into Ontario, and go into the States, vice versa. And that's the whole thing, is that I've never been hassled once in the States. Wear your mask, keep to yourself, and that's that. To go back to Canada, and I understand why everybody has to be safe, but as I had said the other day on Facebook, a lot of you follow me on Facebook, I made it very clear, the stigmas that we're forming right now in society are going to be lasting, some of them. So, as far as this idea that, this exclusionist attitude that some people have on both sides of the border isn't good for anybody. So there should be a way to keep people safe while including people, and I'm hoping that one of those recommendations and protocols is that a negative COVID test would mean I would be able to drive if I don't have to quarantine. So theoretically, if I went back Saturday and got a COVID test in Niagara Falls, as soon as I cross the border, that test may be back for Monday evening or Tuesday evening. Now, as I say this out loud right now, the problem I have with this is I'm racing everywhere all the time. I think, That's My Girl made an unfortunate break tonight. If I'm not doing anything that night, I should be in Indiana. West 52nd raced good today, but I don't think I have to drive West 52nd. Anybody can drive West 52nd. He raced awesome today. Captain's Mate and Beach Boutique were fantastic. We'll get to that in just a second. I am listed on horses at Northfield Park on Saturday. I don't know if I can stay. This summer's going to get crazy. It is crazy, but it's going to get real, real crazy in the sense that we have sales coming up. And I was pleased. Thank you very much. There was well over 100 people responded to the survey that Kelly put out. We're going to continue to put those surveys out. We're going to continue to talk to our clients until we can, work on some sort of a number, some sort of a decision, where we're going, what we're doing, and build a plan for that. Every year I look at what seems like an endless line of horses, put values on them, decide who we're going to buy, and then buy them. But that's with a lot of faith behind me and a lot of confidence behind me from our clients, and without knowing everybody's, I keep saying this over and over again, without knowing everybody's financial situation, it's hard for me to do that. In fact, it's not responsible. So I'm going to go visit some farms in Ohio and look at some babies, which I've never done before. I've always waited for the sales. Dublin Valley is where we bought Eternity Road. They contacted me today to come to see some of their babies. I'm going to go to Hickory Lane, a couple of those places, look at some of the babies, Sugar Valley, look at some of the babies that they have for the sales this summer, and then decide what we're going to do and how we're going to go about doing that. So, all that over and done with. We're going to talk about what took place today. I started my day in Washington, Pennsylvania. I trained 3 horses. 2 horses were ours, and 1 was Tim's. Tim's got a really nice trotter about to qualify. I can't tell you his name because I don't know his name. I have no idea. He can go fast, so I can tell you that. He trained really, really fast and really well today. I trained Harness AM 2-1 last half 58. I trained Path of Totality, oddly enough, 2-1 last half 58. I trained them both by themselves. They were very, very good. So I'm happy to race them on Saturday. Excited for that. The other horses, I forget who else is in Saturday. Arctic, for those of you who don't know, Arctic Force and Bottle of Red landed at Tim Twaddle's farm today. Arctic Force did not get into the weekend. He'll get in next week. I think Tim said he wanted to school Bottle of Red. I thought he said tomorrow. Can't be tomorrow. It must be Thursday. If it's tomorrow, I can go there. If it's Thursday, I can't. Back to what we were doing. Today, I went and raced West 52nd out of the 9-hole. Very similar trip. No, not similar trip at all. At the start, as Ohio, I floated out, dropped in the 5-hole. Ended up second over today. He was in a great position to win. Yeah, you could say he should have won. He pulled a typical West 52nd hang trip halfway down the lane and then come on again at the wire and was only beat a neck and actually raced very well. I think he's going to fall in love with the Meadows. I think he's really going to learn to like that track. I think we got some real powerful horses over there. Both him and Stonebridge Simba look like they're going to fit real good. I think Arctic Force is going to do some great things right away. Bottle of Red also. Beach Boutique raced fantastic today. So the other two horses we raced today at the Meadows. Beach Boutique, Dave Palone put her on the front, parked somebody, drove away and won with her. 55, 31 on the end of it, but he kind of just let her wander down the lane. I'm interested to see what she's going to do moving forward. And Little Captain's Maid, man, oh man. There's a filly that was the only 2-year-old in that race, and with aged company. 56-2 off a half and 59-1. Looked rather impressive, actually. I would say we'll race her next week, and then I can't fathom a reason not to race her in the Stallion Series when they come back there on the 26th, I think, 26th, 28th, something like that. She was very, very good. So we had a third with West 52nd, raced great, and then Beach Boutique won, and Captain's Maid won. I drove 3 hours and 10 minutes down the road to Urbana, Ohio. Now that is a fair track, but they had 15 races of Sire Stake Buckeye races tonight. These weren't fair races. These were Buckeye races. And they set 3 track records tonight in the Buckeye Series. Roy Hill left, made a break. I don't think he should have made a break. I know the track's tight, and okay, he made a break. I don't feel he should have. And as I said to Jason, this guy here's got a little chip on his shoulder. We're going to polish that chip up this week. He's going to do a lot of work. And we'll see how Roy feels about racing next time he was on the track. But he's going to have a little bit of a heavy lifting week for Roy. We're on the track next with Well and Down. She was skippy and scrambly the whole way. It was a track record. As I said to Jason, I don't know whether... Yeah, the track was deep in Bowling Green, but she went 2.5. It was a little deep tonight. It was good, though. They set track records. She just didn't feel like she could get a hold of the track, which is weird, but still raced good. 59 last quarter in 29 seconds. Finished third in with legit stake fillies. She was good. Who do we have next? Miss Meringue. A little bit of a funny race. Miss Meringue, they all walked on the end of it, but they, Dan Noble and Tyler Smith, I don't really know what they were doing. They went 29-58, sitting 1-2, challenging each other. I don't know what that was all about. Miss Meringue put a bad step in at the 5/8 and actually punched a hole in her ankle. Pretty decent hole. For her to come up trotting and just do her work so well is impressive. I don't care about the 33 in the end of it or the time or whatever. I thought she raced well. Just thought she raced well. She didn't finish great, but she did her work. And I was pleased with her today. There's going to be a lot of people pick apart Miss Meringue. We'll put her back on the fairs, and she'll probably win again and again. Race in the fair finals. We'll hit the last 2 Buckeyes with her. She'll be fine. She'll put some money away and probably be a good 3-year-old for it. But I was impressed with her overall attitude today. Did really, really well. I was very happy with her. Then we had, I missed Desperado. Desperado pays 57-2 over Urbana. I don't know if that's a track record, but love of God, that was a big mile for those horses. Getting into the last turn, Chris Page dropped back down right on top of me, and I had to check him for a second. When I did, he didn't really fire back up. He finished in the middle of the pack and did well. Pace 57. There's no way in hell that I can make fun of Desperado off the trip he went. 57 in Urbana, big mile for him. And then we had Momo. Momo was a little bumpy going to the gate again, but seemed fine in the mile. I could have went down. I said to our client, and a bunch of clients showed up. I said to our clients afterwards, if I go down to the inside, I'm probably second like Chris Page was, who went up the inside of me. But you want to win races on a half-mile track, you don't go left into blind switches, unless you're just hoping for luck. In a perfect world, you move 3 deep just like I did. You swoop the field, and you win. It was a good mile for Momo. Not an awesome mile, but a good mile. I thought she raced okay. So overall, we had Roy Hill, who really got under my skin tonight, and then 4 other horses that, in different ways, shapes, or form, raced rather well. That's My Girl was in to go in Indiana. Doug drove her. Just wanted to get her around, get a flat mile on her. She sat in the 2-hole, and then in the last turn, got a little bit out of gear. And he lost her. Just coming out of the last turn. Now, I just spoke to Doug a minute ago. He said, Anthony, I'm sorry, just the filly looked great, felt great. She was loaded with trot and just got doubled up in a bad spot. Now, last week, in fairness, I didn't get doubled up, right? They'd start to get away. They'd already got away on me, and I was by myself in the 3-hole. If you watch where Doug was, he kind of had her right up on. There's nothing you do. She was ready to rock. She wanted to get at that horse, and she was strong tonight. Just rolled off, and he lost her in the point of the turn, which obviously was upsetting. So I had a so-so night in Urbana. Great day at the Meadows. A frustrating night, unfortunate night in Indiana. And then I forgot we had 2 horses racing in Mohawk and 1 in Georgian. I tuned in and saw Capistrano, and I talked to Travis. It's terrible drawing the 8-hole. I don't think this filly races as good when you take her off the gate, but you can't just blast her out of there when they're going to go in 54. She needs to draw 1 or 2, sit 1, 2, 3 a couple of times and get some confidence. Can't do that when you have the 8-hole. So, for the people that don't know her, John, I spoke to John afterwards. Capistrano's in a bad place, right? She's got no confidence. She doesn't have a class to race in. So what we need to do is find her a post position that doesn't start with 8. Get her a trip. Get her a class she can race in comfortably and confidently. Try and get some confidence into this filly. She's just in a real bad place right now. And it's not that she's lame or sore. She's just worse than both. She's frustrated and beat up and just keeps drawing poorly. So, we'll put her at Mohawk a couple of starts and hope. I don't know what to tell you. I don't want to sell Capistrano. I think she's a great filly. I think we're just going to have to ride this out, to be honest. That's the easiest way to put it. John and everybody that owns Capistrano, all my partners on this filly, we're going to have to ride it out. And that's that. Mohawk, I got to watch Need Your Opinion race the best race of her life. First over winner in 52-1. For those of you who thought maybe she should be in Grand River, now you know why we didn't take her to Grand River. That's a big coin to flip. She had a race bad tonight. It would have been an onslaught, an avalanche of hate mail about we should have went to Grand River, we should have went to Grand River. And as I said to everybody, she draws the outside in Grand River, she would have got absolutely eviscerated. And everybody would be like, oh, that's racing. No, we took the proper road. The road, I 100% agreed with Kevin's decision not to go to Grand River. Racer in the grassroots. Hope to get some points and some money, and then not go to Hanover either. That's the plan with Need Your Opinion. Well, plans rarely go perfectly. So far, so good. But we'll see how things go with Need Your Opinion next week. But absolutely showed how tough she was. Showed her mettle tonight. First over into a tough group of grassroots fillies and gave it to them and made them like it down the lane. Drove away, 52-1. Sylvain drove her great. Kevin has managed her perfectly, in my mind. and she looks absolutely great as of tonight. And then a horse that didn't look great tonight was Johann. Now, I know he was a little warm the other day when I trained him on Saturday, and I told Jody that, but I really wish he hadn't just let him rock down the road. He didn't need that colt. You know, he's off 2 weeks. He's first started on the Lasix program, and then he might have got away on him. I don't know, but just about worst case scenario for Johann was tonight. We've drawn blood on him. He's coming to Pennsylvania immediately. He can race in the maiden here. Bit of a tricky horse to deal with, but nevertheless, we've got to get this horse back on track. Like, this horse showed incredible and immense potential and talent when we first started with him, and somehow it just fell apart. We had to put him on Lasix. Okay, no big deal. Put him on Lasix. He raced like the opposite of Lasix tonight. It's like he raced like we made him bleed tonight. He looked terrible. So I'm not going to go down that road. I'm not going to dwell on it anymore. He's coming to Pennsylvania immediately. So he actually might stop at Northfield first. Maybe we'll tighten him up real good, school him at Northfield Park, and then send him to Pennsylvania. That is actually probably what we will do. So, although there is, not going to be too keen on stake races when he's racing like that. So, listen, he had a bad night. We didn't have a horrible day. We 3 winners. We missed 1 check in Urbana. I think we left there with 6,000 or 7,000 US of checks. Not a great night, but certainly not a suicidal night for sure. We had a great day at the Meadows. We had a decent, okay day at Urbana, I guess. An unfortunate day at Indiana, and a mixed bag in Ontario. Need your opinion. Looked absolutely incredible. Johann looked the exact opposite of absolutely incredible, and Capistrano just looked like she's really struggling. So that was a recap of everything that took place today. Tomorrow I have Sebastian Yu. Excited to drive him. It's been a while since I said something like that. Excited to drive Sebastian Yu. The only bad news out of tomorrow, I'd reported to you guys that GW Chrome had kicked the gate the other day and cut his foot. Jason said he's a little tender on it today. If he's not near 100% tomorrow, I'm not going to race him. And I would say, as I'm making this video, I'm giving you a heads up. I think we may have to scratch GW Chrome tomorrow night. It's nothing that he won't get over. It's nothing that he won't recover quickly from. But recovering quickly and recovering in 21 hours are 2 different things. I just don't think that's going to happen. So brace yourselves for a scratch tomorrow at Northfield, possibly of GW Chrome. But Emerald Miss is good. Picked to win, ready to go. So we'll see how she does. That is today. That is tomorrow. I'll be back to you guys. Not much to report on Thursday, so I probably won't be back to you Thursday. Friday we'll be into Saturday. Friday we got Globetrotting. Great news at Globetrotting. I know you will never believe this. Drew the outside at Scioto. So one of our clients sent me a little heads up, just so you know. Now, I don't want to get this wrong. If I did, I apologize. 5 starts for Globetrotting at Scioto. 9 out of 9. 10 out of 10. 10 hole out of 10 horses. 9 out of 9. I believe 9 out of 9. And yeah, because when Trace drove her, and I drove her, 9 out of 9, and 8 out of 8. She has drawn the outside. Now, 10 out of 10 was the trailer. So we'll leave that one aside. She won that night. Every other start in her life in Scioto has been the outside of the track. It's a lie to you, it's a lie to me. That's what was reported to me, and I believe it to be accurate. That is hard to believe. 5 starts, 5 draws, with the last pill in the bottle, so to speak. 9 out of 9, 8 out of 8, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 9, 9 out of 9, 8 out of 8. 6 starts. So, I was sure she was in the middle of the gate one night. Doesn't matter. It's a better story the way I told it anyway. So, all outside draws, all frustrating, but she's racing good. She's coming in sharp as a tack. And 8-hole or not, Scioto, we're going to be there on Friday, and I think she's going to be even better this week than she was last. So, that is everything. Now you're totally up to date. I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope everybody's having a decent day. We had a decent day. I hope you did too. Talk to you soon.